This Ricardo Zone.
Say what it done.
And this is my hood to your hood.
All right. So we back. Part 2. I got Miss Irene Harrington in here with me one more time. We're gonna talk about the current things she has right now, the things that's coming in the future. The movie that's out right now. Right now, y'all can go stream it right now on YouTube. Go check it out. We're just gonna sit, talk a little bit, see what she got coming.
Hey, good morning, everyone. The book, A Churchman's Confession, was my second historical fiction. And it should have been my first, because the first book was Coley Hill. And it told about me growing up, my mom, my family. But this book tells about before my mom was born. It's really about her father and my grandfather and Fabian's great-grandfather, who we didn't know. We didn't know this man. But when I wrote this book, I had to do research on him, ask family members who knew him to gather my story. And I always thought it would make a great movie. But, you know, here in Anson County, I didn't have knowledge, I didn't have people. You know, I couldn't reach out to the people that would make that possible. But last year, I thought about doing a play in one of the facilities here in Anson County. But 2 years ago, when I first planned to do the play, COVID was out. So I was afraid that people wouldn't come, I wouldn't have a large audience because of distancing. But in 2023, God gave me a vision of a play and do it myself. So that's what I did. I took that plan and he directed me on where to film the play. And my church, which is First Baptist Church on the Hill in Waysburg, the highest peak in Waysburg, we have a large fellowship hall. So what I decided to do was make my own props. The fellowship hall was large enough to put maybe 3 or 4 scenes at one time. So that's what I did. I wrote the script, and then I had to have the right characters.
Yeah, can I ask you that right quick?
Yes.
Okay, did you already have in mind who's gonna play who, or did it come to you along the way?
No, I asked one friend of mine who is very popular in Anson County. I asked him to be the preacher because the preacher had a very significant and important role in this book. And he moved away. Then I asked another young man who was familiar in this area and in the community and working, you know. He was very good. I thought he would be. But he got sick and he couldn't come and do the scripts and be interviewed for the part. So one Sunday I was sitting in my church and I knew it had to be the Spirit. Said, use people what you have.
Yeah.
The people right here in the church. And I looked around and I said, yeah, he will make a good Mr. Tom. And I can use the deacon for the preacher because he's just like a preacher. And I had to have the perfect woman for Miss Bessie, who was my great-grandfather's wife. He had first wife deceased, and he married again. And these people just popped up in my mind. And when I asked them, would they like to be in a play, everybody was thrilled to do it. And you know, they told me that they never act. I said, yes, you have. You act every day, you know? Actors act every day, whether you know you're an actor or not. So I had to get someone to video the scripts. And Leon Gatewood, very familiar young man in this community also, he referred this young man to me. And I always like to use younger people, you know, give them a chance to exercise their gifts. And his name is A.J. Campbell. And we started videoing in, I'm going to say, August, September of 2023. And in the props, I had a kitchen for the Christmas play. I had a bedroom, I had a living room, and I had to create a store, a general store for one of the scenes. And it was great. I could not believe that these friends of mine said they couldn't act. They read the script, and what we did, I told them they couldn't read anything. They want you to read. You're not in school, so you got to learn the story. So they had the script, I say about 2-3 months, and they knew the story. But right before we would video, I would ask them to act it out, act the scene out. And I would give them the thumbs up for the person that was videoing, and they did an excellent job on every scene we had. It was nice. It was real nice, but the hardest part for me, because I'm not a director, I never directed a movie.
Right.
I'm not a producer, but I've learned from some of the mistakes I made in doing this film. The hardest part, I say again, was getting the scenes together and getting it edited. I had to edit it, all the scenes. I think we had maybe 5 or 6 scenes. And at one time, the video person couldn't come. So I had to do it on my phone. I had an iPhone at the time.
Okay.
I videoed some. My pastor, Reverend Gregory Everett, he videoed some. And we had people coming for the church scene, which should have been a larger crowd, but it rained that day.
Right.
We just had so many little back sets, you know, but it didn't stop us. That's how life will do you. Life will do you that way. So we used what we had, and we had a beautiful church scene. And I had to get someone to edit the movie so it could be seen on YouTube. So here we go again. Who's gonna do this for me? And God, with his good self, did it again. I had a person to come to me and say, we know someone in Charlotte. I said, oh my God, I don't have money to pay this real producer that has movies on Netflix and everything else. I said, well, I'll talk to him. Give me his number, and I'll talk to him. And boy, I talked to him. He said, I'll do it. And that was it. I knew by that it was pleasing to God to put this movie out because it has an amazing and a spiritual meaning to it. And the title of this book is A Churchman's Confession. But in the movie, I have a subtitle. God has forgiven us, so we must forgive others or each other.
Right.
So it's good. If you want to see it, it's on YouTube under Irene Harrington. And again, I give God all the glory because we all have gifts. At my age now, God threw me into a gift that I didn't know I had. But He knew it. He knew it. And I'm just thankful. I'm just thankful because so many doors have been opened for me. And what I want to do is open doors for others. The people who say that they can't do it, they don't have the resource to do it. You can do it. If you put your mind to whatever you want to do, it will happen, but you got to put God first. Don't ever do anything until you put Him first, because He is the giver. He gives us these things, and I don't believe that He would give me something and then say, oh, you can't do that. I'm going to give it to someone else. If He give it to me, I'm going to do what I can to make it possible.
It's all right. It's all right.
So we will have a continuance. I would like for it to be out right before Thanksgiving, because it has a great meaning to it also. It will be a Churchman's Confession, but the subtitle will be When God Says, Love Thy Neighbor. We must love our neighbor. And it's going to be a good one. I just can't wait to start it. The script is all ready for my actors. I'm going to use the actors that I have in the movie. And also, we're going to reach out to some of our neighbors, and they will take part in this event also. It's going to be a good movie. I want to send a message, but the message that I want to send is not about me. It's about the messenger, and that's God Almighty. Because we can do nothing without Him, but we can do great things with Him. Great things. There have been a lot of famous people today who started out with little, and they ended up with much. But they didn't do it on their own. I think about some of the actors, some of the famous people today. If you look at their history, they had not a pleasant history, background. I like to hear Steve Harvey tell about how he had to sleep in his car. That man went through a lot of stuff. But one day, someone else found him, and that person was led by God to help Steve Harvey. And also Oprah, you've read her history, and she made a movie about her life. People have it hard, but you know, those hard times will make a way for the good times.
Right.
Those people are doing amazing things. And not only just those two, there are many others.
Tyler
And
Perry.
Tyler Perry, yes. I always think about Tyler, Tyler Perry and this movie. And he started out with movies about his family. That's what they did. That's what he grew up hearing. And he made stories, videos, started out just little videos like I had.
Yeah.
But I don't know where this is going, but I hope it would reach the homes, reach people who say that they don't have a gift, but they really do. People who can look at me and see, I started at a late age. This gift. I've had many gifts, but I started at a late age. I'm 73 now. And if I can do it, I know someone who is 17, 27, 37 can do it. And I want to teach I have a grandson he'll be 14, his birthday. I want to teach him about videoing and taking pictures. I told him, no matter what else you have in mind, you use this as another resource for your life. You know, you can have many gifts. You know, you can go to school and be a teacher, a doctor, a lawyer, but always have a backup. It's like you have an extra tire on your car for emergencies. Always have a backup, because you never know what will happen from one day to another.
Right. That's right.
Yeah, if you live this life, things will happen. They will happen.
And you know, that the piggyback off what she just said, that's part of the reason why I started this podcast, because I mean, I just want to do something with my life, but not just something, but something significant, something that I can change lives with, change my life, help others, just have a platform, you know. I like to do music, but I'm getting older and I ain't dropping hits, so I had to take another avenue.
Oh yeah.
And it's pretty good.
And I was so thankful when I asked you about a theme song. I said, I gotta have a theme song for this movie. And you have your podcast.
Right.
I've heard some of your rap music. I mean, and you're good. That's a talent right there. I knew if I directed him in the right direction with this movie, I knew without a doubt that he would be the one that would do it. And boy, when I gave him the song, I wrote some lyrics out myself, but when I gave it to Fabia, I said, you take this and you do what you have to do with it. You know what to do. I was shocked. And when we played the movie for the first time, because I gave all my cast a red carpet event, because I wanted to do something for them. And it was formal, semi-formal, and it was at the church, also in the fellowship hall. We had it decorated, had the red carpet, and but after the event in the fellowship hall, we showed the movie for the first time, because no one had seen the movie but me. I was the only one. I said, I don't want to put it out there. I don't want to show it to anybody. And the cast was there, our friends were there, and my pastor played the movie in our church sanctuary. I thought it was going to be played in the fellowship hall because we have a large TV screen there. But he said, no, Sister Harrington, we're going in the sanctuary. I said, oh, okay. Boy, that was a beautiful thing that night.
Yeah.
We all went in the sanctuary. He had it on the huge screen in our church over the pulpit. And it was just like a movie theater.
Yeah.
And they turned the lights down. And when that movie came on and everybody heard the theme song start playing first, and you could see people moving. They were moving to the beat of the song. And everybody was just like staring. And we had a photographer there who took pictures also of inside the church and the movie screen and everything. And everybody enjoyed it. They were just shocked because the editor really added to the film. It amazed me myself what he did to the play. And I called it a play for a while. But when the actors started acting out and they did such an awesome job, I said, no, they're not playing. I gotta call this a movie because these people are moving. So I'm just thankful. I'm thankful where God's gonna take me. And Fabian, him making that song, he created that song. It's gonna take him places. It's gonna take him places. Oh yeah, we got him out there. We took pictures. I really tried to do like TV, but you know, it's not TV, but it's close to it. And this is a start. This is my first time ever trying to do a movie, but I thank God for the knowledge that He gave me, and I thank Him for placing me in this area of movies now at my time, because all my kids are grown, my grandchildren, they're growing up. I really had to have something to keep me busy. I don't like to be a person that's don't do anything. I still work. I still have a job today. And I just wrote down some things about not exercising your gifts. In Proverbs, I love the book of Proverbs. And it says in 18th verse, chapter, that a man's gifts make room for him and brings him before the great. Your gifts will bring you before great people. That's what I want to leave with Fabian. That's your gift. Your rapping, your music, your gift is going to bring you before some great people, important people.
Yeah.
Oh yes. But you got to keep the good master. He's head of you. He's head of your life. You got to keep him first.
That's right.
Don't ever try to do anything without asking God for it. And He said all you got to do is ask.
Right.
And He will do. If it's His will for you to do that, because He knows what we're going to do. Right or wrong. He knows.
Yep.
And then another scripture I read was saying that as each has received a gift, use it to serve one another. We can't take a gift and keep it to ourselves.
Right.
I'm going to take this gift, I'm going home with it. I'm not going to let anybody see it. I'm not going to let anybody hear what I'm doing. What good is it?
Right.
You got a gift and you can't share it. with others. Some people have different gifts. Some people have a lot of gifts.
Yep.
You wouldn't think that a singer, a person that could sing, has a gift to write. But they do.
Yep. Yep.
It may come later in life, but they will eventually exercise that gift.
Yep.
We have gifts of teaching, but you gotta make sure that it brings glory, not to yourself, but glory to God. I've never been a lazy person. I've always liked to do things. I always like to help others, go into the homes of the elderly. That's my thing of today, is helping the elderly, because I know one day I'm gonna be in that place.
Right. Right.
And the soul of a lazy man desires and has nothing. You can't be lazy in this thing called life. You can't be lazy. You desire to have, but you won't have. You won't have. So if you're my age, get up and do something. If you're Fabian's age, ask Fabian. Yeah, ask Fabian, what can I do? What can I do to help? I want to help you, man.
Yeah.
Because there's so many
Because I need some help.
Yes, you're going to need some help
Yeah.
with what you're going to do. And our community, Waysboro, you know, Waysboro, I always say that Waysboro is almost like a capital of the counties, surrounding counties. Waysboro is in the middle, I call it, a middle region. We're about 2 hours from the beach. We're about 2 hours from the mountains. If you can go north or south, east, we are about 2 hours from some of our big cities like Charlotte. Go north, 2 hours from Greensboro, and we are county, or well, the city of Waysboro. We have a lot going on, but there is room for much more in Anson County. We really don't have places for entertainment for our older black men. They don't have anywhere to go. All the barbershops and places like that where they used to go, you know, they're done away with.
Yeah, it ain't the same.
No, it's not the same like it used to be. So we have to incorporate some more places. Empty buildings in town, but nothing will work unless we come together.
Right.
We got to come together, bring our resources together. We got to reach out to our neighboring counties and see what they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then ask for direction. Ask for how do you start. Get information. And create some things here for our young people. It saddens me to see our young children don't have a lot of places to go during the summer months. We just don't have them. I try to take my grands out in the neighborhood, like the Holler Center. They're doing great things in Morgan at the Holler Center for the kids during the summer. But, you know, it's up to the parents to get involved also. I know a lot of them work, but there are other resources. There are people that are willing to take your children if you trust them. Don't ever get anybody you can't trust, but if you can trust someone, go to your church and see what the churches are doing in the neighborhood, and find somewhere for your children to go and something for them to do during the summer months.
Right.
And I'm willing to help, you know, any way I can. All you have to do is just reach out to us. You can find me on Facebook. You can message me on Facebook. I have an Instagram account also. You can find me on Instagram.
Do you have anything coming in the future? Like anything we can look forward to?
We're going to look forward to a continuance in November
Okay.
of this year. And I do have a new song.
Okay.
And it's good. It's good. Yeah, I have a new song, and I'm gonna give him the lyrics, and I'm gonna let him do his thing with it.
I'm gonna try to do my thing.
You got to do your thing with this, because I can tell you the title of it is Dangerous. Dangerous. That's the title of it. And I know it's going to be dangerous when Fabian finishes this song. It is. It's sending a message. It has a very good message.
Okay.
Send it to our neighbors. So,
Do you have any more books coming?
I have books. I'm selling these books now for $5. I have a few. This is the real story about the movie. You know, and I learned this too. Whenever you write a book and you want to create a movie from the book, the movie is never just like the book. The book tells the real story of it. The movie is just giving you a snippet of it, but it's still sending the right message. Yeah.
Okay.
And also, I've written my 7th book. I know most of you know Dr. Atheria Smith Patton. I wrote her book for her, and it's available. It's $20. If you don't have one, reach out to me on Facebook, message me. You can pay by Cash App. I'll take a check.
Okay.
I'll take a check from you, or if you want to mail me cash, or you see me somewhere in the neighborhood, I always keep my books on hand, because people always stop me wanting to know if I have a book. I've had people to buy all 7 at one time. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah.
That's all right.
So I have really, truly been blessed with this gift that God has given me. And if He can do it for me, a little girl who came off Coley Hill, He can do it for anybody. All you got to do is try Him. That's what He said. Just try me. Put me to a test. Put God to a test. Test Him and see what He can do. And you will be amazed.
That's right.
Yes.
All right. So, y'all gotta keep God first. He work in mysterious ways.
Oh, yes.
You know, He might not come when you want Him, but He'll be in the right on time.
Oh, yes.
I got Miss Irene Harrington in here with me. She came to share some more stuff with me, y'all. I appreciate the sit down.
Okay.
I appreciate you having me a part of your film.
Oh, yes.
It was a good look. I liked it too. Yeah, it gave me something to let my kids be able to listen to, because I don't make a lot of music for my children to listen to, and that kind of made me feel good. Yeah.
I think there will be an article out in our local newspaper, and I was interviewed yesterday.
Okay.
The newspaper, what you call them? Anyway, when she interviewed me, that girl is gonna make a great article out of that movie because we talked about it. And she has turned this movie around in a way that I didn't think about.
Right. Right.
And I told her yesterday, when this comes out, you're gonna have a lot of readers and a lot of people gonna be responding to this. I hope, well, what we're gonna do, we have to take pictures because I want to involve the cast. So we're gonna take a group picture and give it to her to put in our local paper.
Okay.
So when we get it, just buy all the newspapers you can and send them to your family members
Okay.
who are not here in Waysburg.
Right.
And let them know what we are doing because, like I said, Haley is strong.
Right.
Haley is strong here in this county.
Yes, it is.
It's strong.
It is.
And I mean, you got to trust God with it. And if people don't want to, if the Haleys don't want to get on your truck and ride, leave some of them where they are.
Right. Right.
But when we finish riding, they'll be glad to say, give me a hand, pull me up on the truck also.
So
Because
weird.
God got something for these little, Garfield and Lucius Hayden little kids, 10 of them,
Yeah.
10 little children, didn't make it, daddy didn't make any money. And you know, I feel for him now that I've grown up, have children and grandchildren, how he felt back then.
Yeah.
You were not born, but when we were little, the things that we went through, you know, punishment. Oh, God, Daddy used to get the bill. And it was a lot of us. And we all tried to hide behind one person. We tried to hide behind one person so we wouldn't get that lick. But he never whipped us out of anger
Right.
to hurt us.
Right.
And Mama used to tell him, stop playing with them, you know, when you punish them. But we knew, we got the message.
Right.
But if Daddy could see us now, because I never thought about writing or the movies back then. But if he could see a movie from his children,
Right.
oh, say he would cry. He would cry with joy. And my mama would too. She would cry with joy.
Yeah. They would love it.
They would love it. And we have to let the legacy go on and on. Leave a legacy of love. Because they show love. They show love in the way that they knew how.
Yep.
Yeah, they show love.
Yep.
He loved his grandchildren. He loved his great-grands. He didn't see the great-grands then. But he loved his children and grandchildren. And he was a proud man. He never wanted us to use the word poor. And we were not poor. We had God.
Yep.
And the Father has everything, the children gonna have everything too.
Yep. Yep.
Oh yes. Okay.
All right, y'all. We came with another good one. Churchman's Confession is out right now. If you want the book, check in. Try to get a copy of it. Want to see the movie? Go on YouTube right now. Type it in. Irene Harrington's company, Churchman's Confession is there. Check it out. Start support. All right, we here. See y'all next time.
Thank you.